Heyo and good morning, everyone. I was posting us places and I got mildly distracted on Instagram because a comic artist I follow called Fishball she writes a comic called My Giant Nerd Boyfriend. Mm-hmm. And in the comic, his Pikachu shirt has kind of become a recurring character. And I was like, oh, it's a compilation of the Pikachu shirt. And then at the end, it was him in the Pikachu shirt. And I was like, I did not expect this. It is depicted extremely accurately in the comic.
Oh, of the real-life boyfriend.
Yeah,
Okay, I thought it was just another drawing. And I'm like, you're looking at a comic with a guy in a Pikachu shirt. Why is a guy in a Pikachu shirt? Surprising. Oh my god.
The Pikachu shirt.
His tits are amazing.
Like, these are the kind of things with the Pikachu shirt. And so, yeah, like, just compilation. And I was like, oh, Pikachu shirt. And then I was like, oh, Pikachu shirt. So, I was like, huh.
Hold on.
I took a giant bite of pizza, like, in the last, couple seconds and failed to finish chewing it before stream.
It's okay.
I love Pikachu, so now I'm good.
Thank you. Good morning, Rita. Aw, thank you. Always appreciate more subs. Good morning, Randy. I just woke up. Technically, I officially got up about a half hour ago. Hey, you. Hi, and welcome. That's okay. You found your way here.
Eventually. How dare you be late?
Yeah. Good morning. Hi. Hey. Did the dog walking stuff this morning. Had lunch. Now ready to be productive. Awesome.
Different time zone.
Yeah, Malin's in Belgium.
I was really confused for a second. But it is my general state of being, so we're fine.
Well, it's 7 a.m., so 7 for me, 8 for you. So it's still believable for someone in the U.S. to have done the dog walking stuff, except lunch. That's where it comes. Yeah, I was not late, CB. I was early.
Sounds like a likely story.
So, how has everybody's relays been going? What's everybody gonna work on?
I haven't been here because
Oh, my bad.
A fan.
Malin is in the UK, but she is Belgium.
I was just in Scotland. I'm not going to say I was in the UK because I actually don't know if Scotland's part of the UK. I think it is. Possibly. But I was just in Scotland.
No, I think the UK is just English. I could be wrong.
Go Scotland. But I'm going to be working on my gay dragon novel called Storm's Heir, not named after my cat. Even my cat is named Storm. It's just a fun coincidence that I did do on accident until someone on stream pointed it out, and I was like, "Oh, no, that's not my cat."
I can't like that story.
See, I know geography. But what are you guys going to be working on?
For the first sprint, I need to go get my kiddos some breakfast, but then I'll be and feathers. No, that one's done. I did that already. A Curse of Wings and Gems.
What is it called?
A Curse of Wings and Gems.
Nice.
So it is dragon romance.
Hey.
Alyssa or Alyce, do you have a dragon romance you're working on?
I am so sorry. I don't.
Oh, how could you do this?
Yeah, I failed you guys. I'm sorry.
Look, I'm not working on a dragon romance either, but if you were going to be working on a dragon romance, I was going to be like, well, now I have to start a dragon romance. Can't be the only one.
I am sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What are you going to be working on?
A small town romance.
A what? A small town romance? Nice.
A small romance.
So we got a romance as well. And Sam, you have romance in your thing.
I do, yes, a lot of romance.
You have more romance than I do, I feel like.
Probably.
Yeah.
My what used to be an underground pit fighter story is very different now, more romantical than pit fighting. But I won't be working on my whip. I will be reading this because I did not read yesterday like I was supposed to. This is the amount I didn't do yesterday that I was supposed to, and by my calculations, I should finish this today, and I don't want to be reading this book any longer than I need to, so I'm getting it done today.
I believe in you.
Thank you.
I am, for the first sprint, as like a warm up for my brain, I'm going to be typing up my I wrote on the beach because my family's at the beach and I can't really bring my laptop to the beach. But Sam was doing sprints in her server, and I felt left out. So I joined via like text, and I wrote by hand like on the beach, and it was super windy, and I had like a college rules notebook, and I'm like, of course I wrote themes into the story.
You're like, this isn't as romanticized as I have been.
Well, I was trying to read the other day, and I was holding both ends of the page, but also like trying to tilt the book up so my little cousins don't come by and read my romance that's probably not appropriate for little cousins to come read.
See, that's why they design romance novels like this, which used to be referred to as beach reads or something. I forgot the exact term. But it's the idea is basically that it is the shape and size that you can take it to the beach and just sit there and read it and finish it before you're done at the beach. So,
well, I was reading Husky and his white cat. She's a teacher, and so it like a lot of it is fine, like violent. No, the whole thing is I'm enjoying it, but like. Sexual wise, content wise, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure this has
flashback to a sex scene. And they're like, "What are you reading?" And I'm like, "Go away." So that's going really great.
That's when you put your bookmark in a safe scene, and then they're like, "What are you reading?" And you're like, "Oh, fight scene. See, people stabby stab.
Ignore the blood.
Stabby stab.
Yeah.
Stabby stab song.
I'll have to use that.
Rip my heart out. Stab. No, go back in the mystery drawer.
But yeah, so I got like a page written. I added in some like beach scene stuff. Now the Emperor's mistress is named Marina, like where fish are kept.
The Emperor has a mistress? This is a new development.
Oh yeah, the whole story is becoming more political thriller. Not quite thriller, but more politically inclined than I intended. But the male lead's a prince who actually cares about his kingdom. So
shocked.
I know.
No one else does. Believable development.
Well, his brother needs a mom.
I'm getting caught up on chat.
Okay.
Mal said I finished one of my goals to do a light edit of my urban fantasy, an office full of monsters, and now gonna do a bit more beta reading. Nice. Also, when you need beta readers for that, hit me up. Oh my gosh, the last book I read took me 6 stinking months. In fairness, I was taking notes and it was a biz book, but still, I feel that though. Might also do mood boards for my plot bunny and rework my querying chapters for the art of summoning demons. Yes, I'm trying to do all the things. Hey, that's just the art of summoning demons. That's just how I get my children downstairs. Let me read my smut and peace, little cousins.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't super smutty, but just like every time they look over, it would turn to a sex scene.
Oh my gosh.
As always happens. That's like, I will be listening to an audiobook, right?
Yes.
You know, and it can be anywhere between an 8 to 32 hour audiobook, right? Now I'll just be listening to the audiobook and the plot and the romance and stuff are just going on. And like, the moment my husband is in the room and I just decide, I'll just put the audiobook on speaker, a sex scene will come up. And then he will just look at me and he will be like, what are you reading? And I'm like,
well, that's a trick if the main couple's taking too long to get together. You just have to listen to the audiobook with Chris in the room and they'll have sex.
Speed it up a little bit.
Point.
Yeah.
But it's funny how consistently it happens, especially with Ice Planet Barbarians. And then
Oh my gosh.
it would get so much confused. Ice Planet Barbarians, not as much sex as in erotic erotic romantasy would lead you to believe. At least not past book 2.
Thanks, Storm.
Yes, thank you. I pride myself on my skills. I need to go get a sprint set up.
Okay. Should we do intros?
Yeah, introduce yourselves.
Jen, you want to start?
No, you start. You're in the corner.
Ah.
And then it goes clockwise. You played yourself.
I was trying to give myself 10 seconds to think. Hi, Storm. You're better to have a cat guest. Don't eat my pizza. I know I'm not eating it.
I'm gonna get to it. Damn.
I am CB Ferrenz, queer fantasy author and college student and screenwriting major. And my channel is, I don't really do anything over there except with Wednesdays, where Sam and I work on our current works in progress every Wednesday from 2 to 5 p.m. Eastern Central. Storm, that's my pizza. Yeah, that's me. Generally, I post sometimes on social medias, and girl.
She hosts Wednesday every other Wednesday.
Yes.
On her channel.
And then we're on Sam's channel the other Wednesdays. And that's me. I also appear on Sam's Monday lives, which she'll probably explain. Yeah, and that's Storm. Storm again, Dark Lord of All, for proper, using her full name. Ta-da! Links down below. Alyce.
I'm Alyce Reeds. I have a YouTube channel that I post on Mondays and Thursdays. Not all the time, but I try to anyway. And I have an Instagram account. But yeah, I'm just a writer of romance or whatever I feel like at the moment.
And I'm Shanon, thanks, right in the pen name of SC Houston, fantasy romance writer. I like to write about broken characters that face adversity to become better versions of themselves. And there's always love to find, and there may or may not be a dragon. I am currently writing one with a dragon. So, but I also do have a YouTube channel under the name of SD Houston, where I do weekly writing sprints. And I'm also 1/3 of the Self-Publishing Tips and Tricks podcast with Ben Pick from Running to Write and Morgan Lee, and also part of the AuthorTube Writing Conference team with Devin Gambrell Clark and Margaret Pennard. And our 3rd annual conference is happening this coming weekend. So next weekend starts on Friday. And I believe Sam has a presentation that she's doing during the conference. It's going to be great. We have over 40 speakers and $4,500 worth of giveaway prizes for the conference that happens during the conference. So you have to be there live, but you can catch all the videos and presentations on replay if you miss any part of the weekend. So we're really looking forward to that. The conference is linked down below, and Ream is still new for me. I do have that link. I gave that link to Sam. She put that down below as well. I am on Ream, which is like a Patreon, a Ko-fi, but it's made by authors for authors, and it's free to follow people there. If you follow me, you will get a free novella as I'm writing it. There's a couple chapters up. It's in the same world as my Brides of the Dragon King series, and but it's a small town that is separate from everything else. It's like magically protected from everything else. Small town. Epic romantasy novellas is what I'm writing in that world. And so my followers will get those chapters free for each of the novellas that I'm writing.
We good? Okay. And I am Writing Mom Samantha L. Nassett. This is my channel where I talk about writer things, parent things, and writer-parent things. I host streams on Mondays at 7, well, since this is in Eastern, at 8 to 11 Eastern Standard Time. I host Whip Wednesday every other week. This week is CB's week, so my Whip,
Yes.
right? Yeah. So.
Yeah. Yes, my week.
No, that's not what I was thinking.
My father.
This week is CB's week.
Yes.
Next week there will be no Whip Wednesday.
Yes.
Because we will be in LA working an anime convention.
LA.
So then my next Whip Wednesday is in 2 weeks. And I host that from 2 to 5 p.m. Eastern. And then Thursdays, 2 to 5 Eastern, I host Sam's writing work shift because I decided I'm going to try to make treat writing like a part-time career with 3 hours dedicated to just writing every day.
Nice.
My brain just died. I help co-organize this event. I'm usually on a lot more streams, but this week life has caught up to me and kicked me in the butt this month. But it's fine. It's fine. And yes, I have a presentation, Genre Expectations and When to Bend Them, next Sunday morning at the AuthorTube Writing Conference. I'm also taking part in the Year of Favorites Readathon, which has exposed me to so many new books, and I am pleased to be exposed to all of them, even if I am so done with all of the sadness. So much sadness. Okay. We are going to go ahead and hop into our first sprint,
Yay.
which is, as always, my face. So,
Very nice.
you want to go ahead and count us down?
Sure. A 3, a 2, a 1, I go.
And we're back.
Yoo-hoo.
Woohoo, summer blowout.
I just said the same thing but under my breath. Oh,
So, how did everyone do that sprint? I read pages. Hold on. Where did I start? I read at least 10. So,
oop.
which is pretty good because I also took some headache pills and went and did stuff.
Oh no, I'm cold. I looked through one of my critique partners' feedback on my outline. I forgot how rough my outline is, how much is up here versus on the page. Because for some of it, he's like, how old are these characters? And I'm like, oh. They're like 20. I'm putting this back on. And then I typed up what I had gotten written on the beach, which was only like 400 words, which was kind of disappointing. I thought I wrote more. It's fine.
And you were fighting the wind.
I was fighting the wind. I'm a good soldier. Oh, no, I'm not doing that. Hi, yes, you're so cute. She wants food. And then I messaged. I gave some answers to some questions the critique partner was asking. And then I'm trying to figure out, I haven't really done critique partnering before throughout the whole process of writing. So it's something I am getting used to or like trying to figure out. So I messaged Sam a little bit about it. And then I also mentioned the critique partners, like, how do you want to do this? And yeah, he's asleep probably, hopefully.
I fed the kiddo and got the kitties fed too and hung out for a little bit and then did some revising, added 283 words.
Nice.
Very unproductive. All I did was eat.
Eating is the most productive. We're
And it
going
was
to
just some greasy goodness of cheese sticks.
You had to like nourish yourself. Mars came in. Hello, Mars. How you doing? I accept good morning and a howdy.
Yeah. Okay.
Hi, RP. Oh, yes, drive safely, but thank you for stopping in. Heyo and welcome. YouTube keeps pausing Lefty's playback, the motherfuckers.
How dare.
But she still had 23 minutes, so that's good. Mars is working more on their sapphic supernatural Western shenanigans happening over here.
Ooh. I like all of those words.
Jessica said, good morning. I was going to be here before the stream started, but I ended up sleeping in.
We love that, though. No, stop eating my pizza. I was like, oh, she loves me so much. You only love me for my pizza.
Rita got 700 words in. Nice. Lefty said, pretty good sprint. 702 words. Hurrah. My concentration is pretty much done for now, though, I fear. I think I'll do something else for the next one. That's fair. Sometimes you gotta switch it up.
Oh.
Hello, Randy, and welcome. 428 words for my new adult sports romance. Which sport?
Hey, another cat.
Yeah, this one's Thor.
Okay, Thor and Storm.
I successfully locked Artemis out of the garage den, so Jesus, please.
Have fun.
But Thor and Storm, hey, Thor and Storm, will keep everybody company. Thanks. I write so slow and happy to make progress. Hey, progress is progress. It's more than you had before. I hear Artemis yelling now because she hears me talking. Devin said, my brain isn't awake yet. I set aside my giveaway task for the moment. It's fair. Yeah. Pizza cat.
Pizza cat style.
SWAT cats.
No,
Read a chapter for beta reading, didn't do much else. How much excuse me, how much beta reading do you have left? One might think that yawning is a sign of being tired, but alas, no, I am a migrainer, so yawning is a sign that a migraine's gonna come at some point today.
I'm yawning because I should be asleep for another like 3 hours. Yes, it is 9 a.m. But I should still be asleep for another 3 hours.
Some people aren't built to be awake before noon.
I'm
not one of those people. I'm not built to be awake before 10, though.
I need
But it's
Unfortunately, my baby girl doesn't give me a choice.
my children are all old enough now. Like my husband yesterday, he's like, "Do you tell them to go to bed right now?" I'm like, "No. If they get loud when you're asleep, I'll like message them on the group on Discord and be like, "Hey, go lay down." Whether or not they do, I don't know. I just know they get quiet, so that's
Yeah.
But they get up when I wake them up in the morning at 10, they get up, so I don't care what time they go to bed. As long as they're not
being old enough to deal with the consequences of your own actions.
Pretty much. That's what, like, in my opinion, that's what summer break is for them to learn to deal with consequences and to, like, self-regulate. I just wake them up. Most of the time I wake them up before 10. They get lucky sometimes if I'm really not feeling good, and so I just go back to sleep after 10. Then they get to sleep in a little more. But usually if I wake them up at 10 and I want them awake at 10, they'll stay up. I mean, they will get up. That's like Friday at 1 in the morning, Friday night, Saturday morning. I like called the group chat on Discord, which, by the way, Discord is amazing for moms with chronic illness. Just saying, the moment your kids are old enough for it, make them an account. But yeah, so I call them on Discord and I'm like, "Hey, we're going to see Inside Out 2 tomorrow." And they're like, "Oh, we are?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then I said, "You're getting up at 10 so that we can catch the matinee at 12. And they're like, "Okay." And I was like, "Oh, what page, and send me what page you finished your reading today." And my youngest goes, "Mom, I didn't do my reading today." And I'm like, "Oh, do you want to do it now or do you want to go to bed?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm just going to go to bed. I'll do more reading tomorrow." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, fair enough." So, and they like all went to bed. And I'm like, that is what I do too. I go to bed early on the days I have to get up early. So
I kind of love how Thor's looking at the camera as well. Like,
Shannon nodded and Thor went.
I have, yeah, whatever. She's back there somewhere.
Malin has 10 chapters left, is on page 263 out of 335. Nice. A baseball romance series because all the guys are precious little dorks. Aww.
Mm-hmm.
I love sports stories in general, but sports romance is a special place in my heart. Mela, it's a second reading, so I don't have to leave as many comments, just on the new stuff. There. You're still reading through it faster than I'm reading through this, but this is in part because I'm dyslexic and the font is tiny.
How dare it? I love we're just looking at whatever list you have there.
Oh, that's the children's.
Definitely was looking at them.
Yeah, this is the books the children, they joined a summer reading challenge, and that's the books they're reading and how many pages they are, because my children have a math dork for a mother. So I was like, "Do you want to know how many pages you need to read a day to complete it by the end of July?" And they were like, "Yeah." And so I did that. But then when they finish a book, I redo the math, because if they finish it faster, they technically have to read less pages. But my middle one, he's just like, "I will read 40 pages a day regardless." And I'm like, "That's fair." My youngest, she's like really trying to be an overachiever. She's like, "I will read 20 pages in each book." And I'm like, we'll see how that goes. so far she hasn't been able to read 20 pages in each book every day, but she does read 20 pages in like 2 or 3 books every day. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just happy you're reading in at least the one book every day. So
No, I'm not a multiple reads at a time. I mean, I do read multiple reads at a time because like things updating, like fanfiction or whatever. But one thing and just plowing through it.
Yeah. One of her brothers like looked at me and they were like, how does she remember all of the story? I'm like, she takes after your mother, don't worry about it. But yeah, he is also a one book at a time person, so he's just like although one of the books she's reading is A Wrinkle in Time, and I have had to answer a couple questions I didn't expect to have to answer. She's like, Mom, what's a tramp? And I'm like, I need to see the context of this sentence. And it was essentially a homeless person. And I'm like, all right. Because I was like, you are less than 10 pages into this book. Who is bringing up tramps? Some Deep Mystery said, hello, friends. I don't know why I'm awake, but I am. You're awake so that you can be here with us.
Obviously. I have been wearing like really long nails recently, like acrylics, and I haven't like over the summer because it's summer, and I accidentally bought long ones instead of short ones. But I'm not wearing them right now, obviously. And so I was typing, and I was like, oh, typing is so much easier without talons on my finger. So that might have been the death of my acrylic nail phase right then. I'll try.
I got this keyboard, and I was like, hey, with this keyboard, I can have longer nails because of the way I type. So the nail just goes down there. But then my nails started to get too long for this keyboard, and I'm like, no, if you're too long for the bubble keyboard, you're just too long. We're
I haven't learned memorized the spacing of this keyboard yet. So I was using my laptop. So I can do my laptop completely not looking at it, reading off the page I was typing up over here and typing it up. And I was really impressed with myself, not gonna lie, about the lack of spelling errors or anything. And I was like, you know what, I'm okay at this.
Malon really enjoyed A Wrinkle in Time despite reading it as an adult. I have never read it. I may read it now so that I know what my child is reading. I do that a lot if the kids will start reading a book, because in order to prove that they do their reading every day, because sometimes they try to be a little sneaky, because they're not allowed computer time until after they do their reading in their duo.
Yeah.
I'll be like, or they'll say, I did my reading, and I'm like, okay, tell me about your book. But also in doing this, it has kind of helped them
process.
Not necessarily a little bit of process, but it's they try harder to retain the information and everything, and they've gotten a lot better at retelling what they have read in since I started doing that. I will also be able to tell when they've had a day where their focus is just not there, which I'm like, I have those days. I can't hold that against them, because they'll have a day where I get a very detailed retelling and a lot happened, and I'm like, okay, so you read a lot today. And then other days they'll be like, so they went to this place and that's all I remember. Fair enough.
I was watching a K-drama last night, I think it's a K-drama. It's called Vincenzo. It's about an Italian lawyer.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I've watched
I'm actually really enjoying it. But for the first half of the first episode, I could not tell you half of what was going on, because there were a lot of new terms, and plus I'm watching the subtitles and everything, and I kept just being
the first episode bounces back and forth between Korean and Italian.
It does. And my subtitles kept saying the Korean was English, and I'm like, no, it's not. But then there was one scene where there was English, and I'm like, all of a sudden I know, like, I can hear things and words are happening. Oh, it was so confusing, but it was fine. But if for like the first half of the episode, if someone asked me like, what just happened, I'd be like, I don't. He lit like a vineyard on fire, and that's all I got. I don't know what the other plots are doing right now because there's like 3 plots in the first half of the first episode. I was like, I'm just paying attention to like what I thought was the A plot, but it feels, I don't even know. A lot of things caught on fire, which that's really all I retained from it. Now that I'm halfway through the second episode, I think a really long episode.
They disrespected the guy that he works under.
Yeah. I got the reason he caught the place on fire. It was the drug company and all that. I was trying to figure out the legalities. I figured it out now, but I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Because there was like 2 cases happening, and it was very late at night, and I was tired and reading it, and I was like, yeah, no, this is a lot of brain power.
Okay, we're catching up on chat again. Lefty said, yeah, Tramp can go a couple of ways. Pacific, what time is it? That's 2 hours behind me.
Yeah.
So it's 6:20.
Oh my god.
I remember as a kid I would buy a book and then read it and then buy another book and read it. Now I just have 50 plus unread books on my TBR.
This is my book shelf. And it
my children have TBR piles, and I'm just like, as a child, I would have read all of those.
Yes.
Potentially multiple times by now.
There wasn't a single book in my house that hadn't been read.
But also, my children, we take them to the library every 3 weeks. So I didn't have that. We didn't, because the library is like downtown, so it's really inconvenient. But but we go to the library every 3 weeks and stuff. So the kids like always have a fresh batch of, or access to a fresh batch of books.
My family moved recently. I've been away at college, but my family moved. So this is the new house.
We're catching up on chat.
But the library's right there. It's like a 5-minute walk. It's like right there. Right there. I don't know.
Nice. Coffee refill acquired, still not functioning. Fair enough. Which sounds like some deep mystery has been seen Vincenzo.
He's pretty. I wasn't sure if he was pretty at first, but I was like, no, I think this man's pretty. He's a very like soft, like nice. He just looks like a nice dude, but then he's like shooting people, which is a contrast. Apparently, I enjoy.
Rita's trying to switch to video editing, but my brain is quitting too.
Another cat.
My brain is ready to quit too. It's Sunday morning of the writing relay. Everyone's like, let us just.
This is a brother. He's like,
what time does the Storytellers Hearth end today?
6. Sorry, Shannon, what did you say?
Oh, I don't know. My brain's already quit.
What's your other cat's name?
Oh, Loki. Yeah, Loki.
Okay. That's
He's
probably
the
what
brother.
you were saying then.
Yeah, probably that's what I said.
Keiko, I also still have to finish Vincenzo.
Apparently this is a
I show in my 2 target languages. I'm not very into K-dramas, but I might need to check it out. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's like
he does continue to use Italian on and off.
He does
throughout the series, but after episode 1, it is primarily English. They disrespected his
primarily Korean.
That one, sorry.
Yeah,
I'm tired.
But
we were all
in Italian a lot, at least where I am.
Yeah.
No, he's just been like speaking to himself for other people in Italian, and no one knows what's going on.
Yeah.
I think that's funny.
He's great. We were all up so silly early. Enters delirium state. Yeah, y'all got up at like 4.
No, I had to be on screen at 4 my time, your time. So I had to be up at like 3:30.
It's terrible.
What are you guys working on? Yeah, see, normally if I had a stream at your time, I just would still be awake. It was like at 2, my husband was like, don't you need to go to sleep soon? And I was like, I do. But we were watching Delicious in Dungeon. To an original story instead of a fanfic. Hey, yo, JK. And hello to the cute kitties. asking Keiko how's it going. Is working on waking up. I need to empty the dishwasher on the next sprint and get coffee. My local branch of the Philly library is just a few blocks away, but the librarians were very mean when I went to sign up for library cards, so we never finished doing that. I am so sorry to hear that. Our librarians are absolute sweethearts. Like yesterday, my daughter had a hold on Kiki's delivery service, and we went in. Well, the automated system was all like, "Hey, somebody connected to your account doesn't have a or like they're blocked," which usually means that like there's a book that's late or that the late fee is over $3. So like I got one of the librarians and he like came over and he checked. Turns out, so I have a big stack of books at the moment for the Year of Favorites readathon, and the way our library is like counter acts as a scanner, and you kind of like put the stack of books on there. Well, me and my husband just use my library card jointly. So there were a lot of books checked out. Well, I tried to like scroll down the screen to make sure that I had renewed everything, but the screen was being a pain in the ass that day. So I had a book that was still out, but the librarians, they were like, okay, they did a courtesy renew for me, even though I didn't have the book there. And I was like, do I have to pay the late fee now? And he goes, it's 50 cents. Just bring it in next time. And I was like, okay, good. And Rexy's like, can I check out my book now? And I'm like, yes, I'm sorry. I done the fuck.
Stop causing problems for her, Sam. God.
I'm such a terrible mother. Lefty had a library bus that visited our school. I still remember exactly how it smelled and what the librarians looked like. Those visits were my favorite. That sounds cool, though. Hello to Loki and Thor. Keiko opened a document. That was the first step.
Yay!
I should add Vincenzo to my watch list and justify it as research for my mafia romance I want to work on in July. It would be good research.
Sensing a romantic subplot. Two attractive people are giving each other the eyes in the show.
All the cats want attention, as they do. My Name is a great one. Binged in one day. It's a ride.
I was confused for a second. I thought you were talking about your, like, Keiko. And I was like, I mean, it is a good name, but what?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
All right, I'm going to try to go through very quickly so we can go into a sprint. Okay. I'm not that much into the modern K-dramas, so I have a little bit of problems watching Vincenzo. That's fair. Love all the kitties. Meanwhile, my dog's just lying on the floor next to me and farting all the time, so it stinks. Tries desperately to get off the floor for tackle hugs. Unsuccessful. Once you get the library cards, you can hopefully use Libby and won't have to deal with them again. Yes, Libby. Best apps. Back after a walk with the husband, except the reason I wanted a library card was to get more physical reads because that's my favorite way of reading. That is unfortunate. Yeah, I'll fight your librarian for you. I'll just come visit Mars for the sole purpose of fighting a librarian.
Wait, didn't you say Philly? I'm roughly near you. I can come fight your librarian. Put him up.
She's gonna have an army.
Take the train into Philly to fight a librarian.
All right. Alyce, would you like to count us down for this one?
Sure. 3, 2, 1, go.
And we're back.
Right on time. Ish.
How did everybody do at spring?
I did good. I gave up on writing and just went to reading. 13 Reasons Why.
Light read.
Yeah, light read. just some pleasant in your day. I too am reading sadness upon sadness upon sadness. So much sadness and angst. It's been going on for over 100 pages.
Yeah.
My ability to care has waned.
Oh.
There's like this scene that's a reuniting between my favorite character and the MC, and it's like such an emotional scene and everything, and I'm like, if I had been given reprieve, like if it's mildly frustrating because like in the 3 years since the big sad things have happened, the author could have sprinkled in some like happy events and stuff, right? But they have not. And so now I'm like, I just don't care. I have ceased caring about your angst and your anger and your sadness. Just move on with your day. Even though, like, from a plot and character perspective, all of it is like, it's well deserved and like, it makes sense. I just, as a reader, no longer care anymore.
Blah blah blah. What did I do? I got a drink, and then I have been going back through my outline and writing in time passing, like every increments of days and stuff, because I have it planned out over here on my map, like where they stop for each night and everything, but it wasn't in my outline at all. So I am going back and doing that, and as I do that, I'm looking yet again at my critique partners' feedback and doing like a little commentary, like, oh, what if we did this? What if that kind of thing? Or what if I did this? But I'm saying the royal we, I guess, which fits the theme of my book, because it's the emperor and stuff. But yes, I'm going through that, and yeah, that's basically what I did. I got through 8 pages of that.
Shannon, what did you do?
Oh, you're muted.
And you're muted.
I continued to revise the chapter and added 406 words.
Nice. Sam, more?
I read pages. I didn't keep track. I am on page 363 of 498, so I've still got a chunk to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, some deep mystery said maybe they have self-checkout and you still won't have to deal with them too much. Our library does. The children love using it. It makes life easier. Thanks for hosting, everyone. You're welcome. Going to take a quick... Well, this was like a half hour ago, so hopefully, Rita, you are sleeping well and enjoy your church choir.
Of course. Very much.
Right, let's all fight the librarians. We will. I would report the mean librarians, especially if you remember their names and the day you went. Sometimes the front desk people aren't the librarians. That is fair. They could have been volunteers and stuff. And like, if you're comfortable like making a report and reporting them, that could really help, because imagine if like some kids and stuff tried to sign up and they were dicks to them, and then now they've ruined a child's love of reading.
That escalated quickly.
Well, I mean, like, they drove away an adult from using the like library and stuff, so.
Oh, wow.
That is very fair.
This was like a year ago. It's not that big a deal anymore. Well,
for you, but what about the children and their love of reading?
What about the children? YouTube chat is striking again. What did it do? Must I fight YouTube chat? Yo, Eva. I'm still quite livid about these librarians. Maybe they are anti-librarians who want the library to fail, in which case you should use the library out of spite. That was fast.
That was a fast, right?
Good morning, Crystal. Did more plot point brainstorming and also lamented to my friend about how the Ren Fair has weekends dedicated to pirates and wizards and Vikings, and yet no weekend for cowboys. This is very fair. These things existed within the same time period.
The Ren Fairs are like they're just so umbrella term. Like if
they need cowboys.
Be merry.
288 words, but I finished the chapter and figured out a way to make a side character's backstory even sadder. There also needs to be happiness. Like, make the backstory as sad as possible. Just also give me happy moments. I'm sorry, I'm lashing out because of this book. And I just want something nice to happen. 344 words for that sprint and finally passed the scene that I was struggling on. Nice.
Yay.
Also, congratulations to the 288 words that you got and the 344 words. Dishwasher emptied, coffee made, plants tended. I might be able to do writing work next sprint. Awesome.
Yay.
That's a lesson that I've heard in different storytelling analysis, that you can only give the reader / audience so much before they start to numb to it. Yes, and like my threshold, I suspect, is lower than many of my friends. Like Attack on Titan, I literally stopped that series because like every time something good happened, the main characters were punished for it with like something of unequal badness or horrible. It's like literally anytime they achieved something worse happened, in part because of the good thing that they achieved. And I'm like, I ain't here for this life. Fuck this. Like I need some hope. Fiction is my escapism, motherfuckers. Give me something to escape to. Got 7 chapters left in my beta reading now. Page 283 of 335. Nice. Even if you don't finish it this stream, you should definitely be able to finish today. I am excited for you. I just gamed. I needed something else for a bit. I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
Now I gotta go cook in a little bit. Food. Still here, still being unprotective. Your company is still well appreciated. Time for the Wild West Run Fair. Wendy, thanks for the reminder that I have to empty my dishwasher.
Mm-hmm.
My dishwasher is a glorified drying rack. Yesterday, my husband was like, "Did you wash the bottom of the dishwasher?" And I'm like, "No, my mama did." Like, while I was working a convention. It was real sweet of her. And he's like, "Can we use the dishwasher?" I was like, "Sir, we didn't use it because the bottom was dirty. We don't use it because it floods." He, like, gives me this look like he doesn't believe me. No, we didn't break it. It's been like that since we moved into the house.
I know. I said
like,
it is broken.
Oh, yeah, it is broken. Yeah, like, every time we try to use it, it floods. And he, like, looks at me like he didn't believe me. And I'm like, to be clear, I never actually tried to use the dishwasher because I don't know how they work. He's the one who tried to use the dishwasher and it flooded both times. So I'm like, why are you acting like I'm making this up? I'm like, go ahead, use the dishwasher.
Like,
try it.
Right? Did he try it?
Like, no.
I really want your dishwasher to work. And it just.
I would love for my dishwasher to work. I would learn to use it if it worked.
It's really not that complicated.
I don't know, CB, it floods.
Well, that's broken.
There's at least 2 happy moments, but also the sad backstory is not going to be explicitly brought up. Fair enough. Yeah, Attack on Titan was just a pain on top of a mountain of suffering. Yeah. Please, no spoilers for Attack on Titan. I am so far behind. Keiko, rest assured, I'm talking season 1, maybe 20 or maybe 10 episodes in.
You didn't make that's how far you made it?
Yeah, because I just didn't care.
Yeah, that's fair. I made it.
I
through
know-
a lot of Attack on Titan.
I know
It's
so
like,
many,
I made it through all of it.
like I know a lot of spoilers and stuff because my friends continued to watch it. Like we had started watching it together, and the opening is a fucking banger, but I just literally just stopped caring. I was like, no.
My friend who likes Attack on Titan, it's the only anime she's ever seen, and she really liked AOT, but she has no drive to watch any other anime. And I'm like, you're breaking my heart. There are ones that cool. Well, they will emotionally destroy you, but they'll have happy like
Yu Yu Hakusho. Yu Yu Hakusho.
I'm not. She won't. It's Kristen. I don't think I can get her. I can't get her to watch anything. I'm a failure.
Hopefully the brain will brain today so I can get some reading done. It's currently living in a state of no. I understand this. You're welcome, and I'm sorry. To be fair, it was working on overtime for like a week and a half there. A break from using it is probably a good idea. I second this. Oh, season 1. Okay, yeah. Like, that's why I said my threshold for tolerance for that is very low, and I know this about myself. Like, in this book, we had a very big death from the main character. Like, not somebody close to the main character died. The main character was really sad about it for like 15, 20 pages. I was like, okay. And then they get into this battle and somebody else dies and it's still sad. And like everybody's sad and mourning and it's like 40, 50 pages. And I'm like, could you get over it now? Could you move past it?
Can we have another emotion, please?
Really? Like I said, it wouldn't... So, like, during the 3-year gap, I'm sure that at some point they had, like, a nice dinner or something, or, like, they hung out, and, yeah, like, I'm sure something happened where they just, like, had a good day, but from the way the author's been writing, it's just been 3 years of sad angst, and I'm like, I can't.
Oh my gosh. No,
can't live that life in my fiction. Like, no. That's like I told my husband yesterday because they were talking about Grumpy Sunshine on Julie's stream. And I looked at him and I was like, hey, hun. I was like, do you think we're Grumpy Sunshine? And first I had to like show him the trope because it's not on TV tropes. So he's like, this trope doesn't exist. You guys need to stop making these up. I'm like, just because it's not on TV tropes. But, yeah, then he's like, yeah, we are Grumpy Sunshine. So, but I'm the sunshine.
Yeah.
Therefore, I need sunshine in my book.
Alternate universe. I feel like there's another ship that's like slightly to the left of Grumpy Sunshine. That's you guys, but I don't know what it is.
That's fair. Also, good morning. I have a nice video that explains dishwashers, how they work, and tips to maximize them if you ever get a working one, Sam. I will gladly accept this. As a German, it's so funny how Japanese pronounce the names. Yes. Books. I mean, you're probably right. Oh, wait. I see what happened. The way you describe AOT is literally why years ago I stopped watching Pretty Little Liars.
I stopped watching it too. Except I was probably a little young to watch
They
it.
just could never win or have a good time. I hate media does that. And a lot of times it does it. I don't think this is... No, actually, I will claim that AOT does it. It's because they want it to be shocking and stuff. And they're like, oh, aren't you surprised by this thing? Or, oh, look, haha, they're not really a good thing. Like, and I'm like, no, bitch, if it keeps happening, it's predictable and boring. Like,
yeah,
you're not throwing me through a loop anymore.
it's like every time there's like a show or something and they have everyone like celebrating and then the camera pulls outside the building and I'm like, nope, there's gonna be like someone there with a sniper or something, or there's gonna be a car crash or a plane crash or something terrible will happen, or stop zooming in on someone's phone as things are happening. The phone's gonna ring and bad things are gonna happen.
Exactly. Which, also, to be clear, I'm not saying predictable media is bad. I actually enjoy being able to predict certain things. It's just like when a twist is thrown in there, and it's very obvious that it's a twist that's thrown in there for shock value or to like try to throw you off, but like it just keeps happening. It's like, come on now. That's not... every time would get ruined immediately, and I was like, what am I meant to root for anymore? Yu Yu Hakusho is a masterclass in balancing happy and sad.
Balance
I love Bungo Stray Dogs.
I'm halfway through the second season. I keep meaning to finish it, but whenever I'm in the mood for anime, my brain just wants me to rewatch JoJo Part 1.
Those are two different vibes. Those are two. What the? Those are not the same vibe.
They weren't saying it's the same vibes.
No,
They're saying they keep being pulled back in by Jonathan, which can you blame them?
No, I can't.
10 more chapters left. Yes, you got this. To be clear, it's not mine, just I have it for my bookmarks.
Yeah.
If the shock thing since it's the shock thing since Game of Thrones, shocking the viewer. It existed long before Game of Thrones, but Game of Thrones did do it, yeah.
A lot.
There's nothing worse than a cheap plot twist or a failed attempt to try to make the viewer/reader suffer. Yeah, and like one of the big issues there is like whenever you have a new media that does it and does it really well, and then you're like, oh my gosh, then like other things imitate it without understanding why it worked, and then you're like, oh no, no. Now we have to see this all the time.
It
Also,
does. It's so good. It's fine. I'm a casual fan of it.
All right, enjoy your dinner, Lefty.
Do we want to do another half-hour sprint and then?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But so we have to start the half-hour sprint now.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to slightly disagree with this, that if it is well made or well written, you can rewatch it like regardless. It's just you only get the experience, or you only get the first time experience once.
Unless you have a bad memory.
Well, yeah, actually, or brain fog. Then you can relive the first experience. But in general, you only get the first watch experience once. But after that, you can go back and like you start to notice things on rewatches from things that are like crafted well.
Yeah.
Like especially in like a whodunit or things with foreshadowing and stuff. It's really wild rewatching some shows, and then it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't notice that the first time, but if I had, yeah. All right, Shannon, do you want to count us down?
3, 2, 1, go. No, I'm just kidding. 3.
I was like, ah.
3, 2, 1, and start.
And we're back. We'll do a very quick final thing on very quick status update and then our outros so we can get going for the next stream. My very quick rant is that the chapter like starts out with a phrase like it started good or whatever. Either way, it starts out like very ominously foreshadowing that shit is gonna happen, and then we actually like get some happiness and stuff going on and like really really cute interactions, and I'm like, but something bad's gonna happen because I've already been foreshadowed, like something bad's gonna happen, and then of course something bad happens for no real reason. I feel this is unnecessary drama. I'm so annoyed.
I am trying to come up with another plot point where my love interest gets to save the day because he's not a damsel in distress, but the man goes through it. And he does. He is much more the damsel in distress rather than the knight in shining armor. But he's supposed to be the knight in shining armor. And he does like do things and he helps, but he's like, his heroic moments are almost completely followed by like his biggest heroic moment is immediately followed by him being like horribly incapacitated because of it. So I'm like, let's give him a
back on tightening me here
to swing his sword around a little. Also, your RDM Sam just got like flooded with me typing stuff out. So
I see that.
Yeah,
I'll read it later.
That's that is for me trying to think out the story beat for him being a hero.
I don't mind you rubber ducking at me. All right, Alyce, how did you do?
I did okay. I don't think I really did anything, honestly. I didn't even read.
It sounds like your it sounds like your kiddos are up too, so that happens a lot.
Yeah.
Shanon, you're muted. Oh, okay, while she's checking the thing. Some Deep Mystery said that's what I mean. Oh, the twists that don't make sense are not meant for a rewatch. Okay, it's all about shock and getting people back for the next episode. Mars went to make a sandwich. If not back by the end of the stream, thank you. Well, we'll see if you got back. I think you did, Eva, but if you didn't, hello. Mars did make it back with only 5 seconds left. Great timing. Had a nice PB&J. Go ahead and say what you did, Shanon.
I was like on the last line of the chapter, so I had to get it done.
Okay.
Yeah, and mostly dictation, 1,028 words.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Malin read another chapter. Next stream might focus on mood boarding for my plot buddy to switch to something else. Fair enough. Hello, I've been in lurk mode for about 20 minutes. Well, welcome. Jessica did 428 words for that sprint. Would have hit 500 if a toddler hadn't come and started typing on my keyboard as I was trying to write. That does generally slow the words. That's the word I wanted.
The toddler is helping.
Randy got 473 words because I'm jumping around in the manuscript. Fair enough. But CB, I love it when the stereotypical knight in shining armor becomes the damsel in distress. They're the men I love in fiction.
I know, but I want to give him. I want him to help. He's trying so hard. He just doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know that his partner is a dragon.
They were trying to help us.
What threat can a guy with a sword handle that the dragon cannot?
Just knock the dragon out. It's fine. My plot buddy project totally has this badass male character who's an elite fighter, but the big scene I keep playing in my head is when the female MC saves him.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I keep saying he's like a cool fighter, but every time he's like saving the day, he's not actually fighting. He's like out thinking stuff, and I'm like, I gave you a sword for a reason. Use it. Come on, stop being a smart character. Use those muscles you work so hard for.
Embrace your himbo. Been editing this entire stream. Progress is being made. Nice. I was listing and analyzing what tropes showed up in my brain dump outline. Fair enough.
I just finished a delightful breakfast of ramen with a little bread and cheese. Don't know how much more of this stream is remaining, but good morning from Colorado. Good morning. We are actually about to do our outros. Stop being the brain, you're the brawn. But then stream 11 will start up in 9 minutes. So Shannon, go ahead and let us know who you are.
I'm Shannon Wright, and I've been named at SC Houston. Thank you so much for having me on, Sam. And it was great to sprint with everybody here, get some stuff done. And tomorrow I will have my Monstrous Monday sprints. Those are longer sprints, hour long for most of the day. The Pomodoro sprints the rest of the week until Fridays to start at the AuthorTube Writing Conference. Don't forget to catch that. It's a free conference with lots of great speakers coming together to talk all things writing and publishing.
Hey, Alyce.
Great. Hey, Alyce Reads. Thank you, Sam, for letting me be on today. And my YouTube is Alyce Reads, and my Instagram is Alyce_m.r_reads. And that's it.
CB.
My name is CB Ferrenz. I am a queer fantasy author and screenwriting major at college. And my expertise is how those things come together. I do weekly streams with Sam, either on my channel or her channel on Wednesdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard, where we work on our current works in progress. My current is a gay dragon novel. And I often appear on Sam's Monday live streams. Ta-da!
And I am Writing Mom Smith LNS. On my channel, I talk about writer things, parent things, and writer-parent things. You can sign up to my newsletter or follow me at all the places via my link tree down below, including joining my Discord server, where I'm working on hosting sprints from 2 to 5 Monday through Friday, minus when I'm streaming on Wednesday and Thursdays at that time, which you can join via my Ko-fi and the dollar tier, not Dollar Tree, dollar tier down below. Thank you all for joining us, and follow the playlist to go to stream 11, which I believe is hosted by Holly Davis. And thank you all for coming. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.